And I find it sad that one of the most effective forms of moving beyond that trauma, those negative beliefs, is hypnotherapy, and how it's been stigmatized collectively. And I think partially due to Hollywood and stage hypnotists.
Right.
So I'm excited to have you on today, because coming from the traditional medical field and the academic world and delving into hypnotherapy, you can help bring some validity to some of the therapeutic aspects of hypnotherapy. So tell me a little bit about your background and how you got introduced to hypnotherapy.
All right. So I'm a practicing physician. I do pediatric emergency medicine as my clinical training. I have been in medical practice for about 32 years now, and I've been a certified hypnotherapist for about 15 years. So I decided that I wanted to learn how to hypnotize people in order to help them in the emergency department, and ended up having some really profound experiences while I was in hypnotherapy training, and just decided I needed to do the whole thing. And since then, I do incorporate hypnosis into the emergency care, but I also do hypnotherapy outside of my medical practice. And so I spent a couple of years looking around for training and stuff, and honestly ended up finding the most comprehensive training is actually here in New Mexico.
Yes.
In the world. And I didn't know that. It just was convenient for me. It was close. And so I went up for the first day. I just had signed up for the week of hypnosis, basically. Hypnosis training, not wanting to do the hypnotherapy part, just the hypnosis training. And
for people that don't understand, a lot of times people, when I say hypnosis or hypnotherapy, people think of stage hypnosis.
Correct.
So what is hypnosis? What is hypnotherapy?
So hypnosis really is about obtaining a state of mind or accessing the subconscious mind on the part of the individual, not on the part of the hypnotist, because there is no loss of control when you use hypnosis. But hypnosis is more of utilizing and accessing a state of mind for the individual. Once you apply and do the hypnotherapy part of it, then you're helping them access their subconscious mind in a therapeutic way. So in order to make change or to overcome limiting beliefs or, to have self-empowerment, et cetera. And that's, for me, there's no real clear definitions, but for me, that's kind of when it flips into hypnotherapy versus just hypnosis.
Okay. One key thing that I'd like to make our listeners, our viewers aware of is the people that do participate in stage hypnotherapy and they do things like quack like a duck.
Right.
No one can do anything that they don't want to really do.
Right. So just to debunk some of the myths around hypnosis in general, the person remains in complete control. They remember everything that happened, and the person that's hypnotizing the other person cannot make them do anything that they don't want to do. So when you're watching stage hypnosis, those are very talented hypnotists.
Yes.
And they can read their audience very well. But the participants, when they say yes, they want to be on the stage, then that's beginning of a contract, basically, that they've said yes, they want to participate in this. Once they've said yes, then they're also saying yes that they want to be hypnotized, because you can't even hypnotize another person unless they want to be hypnotized. So there's no loss of control. The person remains in complete control. The other myth is that, after those shows, sometimes somebody will come off stage and says, wow, I didn't remember any of that. Their friend pulls out their cell phone and says, oh, good, I videotaped it for you. You can see yourself clucking like a chicken. That's also not true. When you're in hypnosis, you remember everything that occurs. You can't get stuck there in hypnosis. So there's a lot of those myths about it that I think are important to debunk, because they do undermine some of the efficacy. Yes. And undermine, I think, people that would benefit from it, but It kind of scares them away. Yeah. So honestly, I thought, so I just wanted to learn how to hypnotize people. I had been a practicing physician already for, almost 20 years, and I just thought it would be a really useful medical tool to be able to, to utilize in the emergency department for kids. So I signed up. It took me a couple of years to schedule things, and I signed up just for 1 week at the school, which is the part where they teach you how to do hypnosis, just to hypnotize people. And honestly, just to set the stage, it was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I'm not sure how people know about Santa Fe, it's, very artsy and touristy, but it's also a bit sometimes on the fringe of beliefs, and so it's a bit, it's a bit of a stretch for some parts of the country. Anyway, so I went up to Santa Fe. The first day of class, there's this process where everybody introduces themselves, and I'm sitting with 40 other people from around the world. A lot from Santa Fe, but from around the world, and here we are in Santa Fe, and they're going around the room talking about, all this self-work and working on themselves and help and all this other stuff. And honestly, I almost walked out. I thought, what a bunch of crap.
Really?
I am not going to, I'm a physician. I don't need this. I don't need any self-help. I don't need any self-work. Come to find out, I was probably the poster child for it, and it ended up literally saving my life.
Wow.
And so, for me anyway, in the processes, it just helped start to explain a lot of things that had happened in my life or that I had done in my life, how I had responded.
Yes.
And so ultimately helped me learn more about myself and make some changes for myself. So.
I'm agreeing with so much of what you're saying, and some listeners might be a little confused. So I went through the same schooling. That's why I'm in such agreement to the process, and I understand the process. And equally, it changed my life as well. It's really, really, and I've been through so many different types of therapy, and there's a lot that are effective in combination with hypnotherapy, just like in the medical field, in conjunction with other. But hypnotherapy is such a potent thing to reformat our belief systems and really see why we're reacting. You said reacting the ways that we are, and going and reformatting the belief systems that we inherited, that we developed, that we adopted when we were maybe even a year old or younger.